Hello guys, and welcome to my stream today. I waited a bit there, maybe you noticed it in my last stream when I said hello in the beginning. It got cut off because it took some time for the video to actually start streaming, so it seems like everything is still intact here. This guy has not came back though. Other than that, everything seems untouched, so that's nice. I don't need any
Says
Twitch
we spec Alice
promotion.
NTWTCH promote on VSTO Webstay. PP.com remove the space.
I'm specialized at Twitch promotion too. I can promote my channel myself. I know how to do advertisement. I know how to set it up. I don't need anyone else to do it. Thank you anyways. I think that some people might appreciate it, but I am self-consistent, so I don't need anyone else's help. Good luck finding anyone that needs help with that. I don't know why you don't get an own channel and try to, like, if it's so good, why don't you do it yourself? Like, I really don't get it. People say that they claim they have such a good promotion and stuff, like, but they don't use it themselves. Like, if they have something so good that can make it so good for people, like if you can get a good Twitch channel with good promotion, like then you can get money from being a streamer. I don't get why you should try to, because you will earn so much less money by doing so. Like if you, that's up to the streamer. Like you don't earn as much if you are trying to sell promotion as you would do if you would have promoted your own channel, you know? Maybe you should try that. Like if someone says something like that, don't trust them. If it would have been so great as they say, then they would have used it themselves. But if they would have used it themselves, then they would have gotten money from streaming, so then they wouldn't have been out trying to get money from people to use that, because probably it won't do anything. If it would have done anything, they would have done it for themselves. They are not doing it, because if they would have done it for themselves, then they wouldn't, like, the money that they would earn from that such a promotion is nothing compared to getting money from Twitch by streaming. Like some people are actually dumb. I don't understand it. Like, are people stupid believing in that? Like, I think there would be a better promotion if you would get it from a legit website instead of getting it from some website some dude says that he owns on the chat. Like, I don't think that a real company would reach out to you in chat telling you that, hey, look at my company's website, we are a legitimate business, we have certificate and everything. They wouldn't do that. These people, they are scamming you. You will pay them and then they will have your credit card information. That's how it will work. If there would be any good promotion, there would be tutorials on YouTube talking about it. Those people would not have the time to be trying to reach out to you in chat. I hope that my viewers learn something from me when they listen to me. Like, this is serious stuff. Like, you can get scammed if you trust those people. I don't understand why like, because it's obvious that it's some kind of teenager that has done that. That's promotion site that he was talking about. It's probably some dude that is like 13 years old, because he don't know how to create his own stuff, so he tries to just make something that other people can use in that way. Like, he's not as creative as me, for example. I'm a book writer, a self-dependent book publisher. I can translate books for people, but I don't do it for people, I do it for myself. Like, why would I translate a book from one language to another language for another person? Like, there is so much money I can get out of it by just publishing translated books in my name, like original manuscripts from the early, like before Jesus, like such manuscripts. For example, like my latest book, there is a lot of information I've gathered, and it's woven into my perspective. And also, I have just today got this whole manuscript, the original manuscript in Arabic for a book that was written like 800 years after Jesus. Still, and it's talking about an even older book, and it contains knowledge from an even older book that was before what has been mentioned as the sin flood, the flood of sins. There came a flood wiping out, I think it was Noah, maybe Noah's Ark, and that time there were scriptures and stuff. In those scriptures, there's one scripture that is mentioned in this text that I have translated now to Swedish, and I have merged it into my book. So my book is filled with small details from that manuscript. Like, that is something creative, that is something genuine, that is something cool. I have mixed both my mind, my intellectual skills, my what do you call it, experience, like in Sweden we say erfarenhet. I don't know what the word for it in English is. I think it's just experience. Like, there is how I can describe this word, I don't know, it's not experience, it's another word. Like, there's one thing to know a recipe for a cake, and there is another thing if you know how the cake actually tastes. Like, you can know how the ingredients taste from other experiences, but you can't know how the cake will taste if you haven't tasted it. There is a more advanced word than experience, because experience, if you translate it to Swedish, it's another word. It's not erfarenhet, it's experience. It's when you, in Sweden you say upplevelse. Upplevelse is experience in Swedish. There is another word for erfarenhet. Erfarenhet, it's like what you get from, it's like the wisdom you get from the experience. Like, it's not that you have experienced it, it's that you know the experience. Like there's a more advanced word for it, I don't remember it in English. But so, like, I have written this book out of the word for this, I don't know, my wisdom from my experiences by reading lots of books and seeing what is true and what is false, what actually is logical, what is actually logical. Like if you ask a Christian person, like, did Jesus get reborn? And then you ask them, like, then they will say something and it will not be logical. But then if you go into these deeper scriptures that I have been reading, then you get to know about the logic behind like eternity and stuff like that, and that actually gives, like they say, because they are trying to sell something to their Christianity, like that you will only reach eternity through Christ. But there is people suffering in eternity too. Eternity is not something that is getting sold. Eternity is something that is everlasting. So, and it doesn't matter if you know about it, doesn't matter if you don't know about it. Nothing matters for eternity to exist. There is no criteria that needs to be fulfilled in your mind for it to exist. It is like if you would say that, well, microorganisms only exist in my body if I know about it, but I deny that they exist, so they don't exist for me yet. Like, that is not true. You cannot say like that. Eternity, what it is a medium. It's a medium in which everything is contained. And it's not the medium that is the, like, so hard to describe it, but you can describe it. If I say A is contained within B, then B is not eternity. Then B, to exist, must contain in C. And for C to exist, C must exist in D. And it goes on like that for eternity. So that is eternity. But there is not like one container that you can call the eternity, because the eternity doesn't have any borders. So like, I have been so frustrated with a lot of people trying to convince me to believe that eternity has borders and that it's something that needs to be sold, that you need to earn eternity. That is not true. You need to earn the state of your being. That is true. If you do not have control over your state of being, you can be cast into an unpleasant state. And that is what they are talking about in like the meaning of life behind the scriptures that I am reading and that I have built my newest book on. It is that for you to live a life without any discomfort, you need to attain higher and higher knowledge. And not until you have reached the highest of highest knowledge. I would say that that is to understand what eternity is. Not until you have this. was this person? What the heck? Why? I'm gonna check the stream and see who that was. Ouch, he is stepped in fire. This guy seems fine. Trophy. I was so scared, I was like, who is this guy? Okay, so like... with my book here, like... guy is here, Jimmy. Is he trying to get in my base? No, it was this. Okay, so that was weird. That dude has like a... oh, that hurt. Oh my god, that hurt me a lot. Okay, like yeah, but with my book, like this knowledge that I have merged into my book right now, this knowledge that I have been instructed to find for years. I have been reading this translation of this book, the near al Tashkia, I think near al Tashkia, Tashkik, something like that. I am reading this. I've been reading the translation for it, and it is very, very like what would I say? It's very it is very, very like speaking to me, like I have just like taken out some things from that and translated it and looked at it, and it's like, yeah, it is the closest to the source material that has been lost. I don't know if I should take like when I was in sauna today, I was thinking in meditation, intuitively, inside my own intellect. Like I was reasoning with my mind, trying to put all this that I've learned together. And something told me, because there are a few books that when I know about this book, I grasped like a picture of a book that is these books combined. And those books are the Gayat al-Hakim, the Shams al-Ma'arif, and the Mir al-Shakib, or what is, I don't remember, I have just learned about this book. So I got this like deep intuition that there once, like, because from my dream I dreamt about like this man. He told me that he had like a complete book back in the days, and that this book, like after that he died, there were like thieves and people, like the whole world became corrupt. That not until this man will come back, there will be any harmony. Like there will be people not understanding each other, like scriptures will talk against each other until this man comes back. And when I'm reasoning and thinking about this man, sometimes I dream about him. It's very strange. And it's that like in the sauna today, that there is this one big book, like a Bible. Like he had a Bible, but that Bible was not like the Bibles in Christianity, and it was not like the Quran, it was not like nothing like that. It didn't have any rules or such things like religious rules. It didn't have like that. That this book, this Bible that this man had, it was a compilation of sciences. And like, for example, like, because the names, when you know about names in translation, this Mir al-Shashika, or what is called in English, you say the secrets of the creation and nature and the art of nature. That is the name for that book. And then Shams al-Ma'arif, it stands for the secret knowledge of the sun. And then there is Gayat al-Hakim, it means the guide for the wise. And I was having this vision in the sauna today about a book containing all of them, and that there still are books that I haven't found. Like that there are maybe 32 books. What if I'm absolutely correct about that? I don't know. But that there is a large amount of books that they have been like scattered and sold. Like people have tried to sell this knowledge, and that you have to find the origin of the books. Like when you find them, you need to see, is this the original? And when you have found the original for them, then you have to put them all together into one book. And that book will have such a clear like information, so that you will like understand how to navigate it. Like at least me, because I have already had this very clear intuition when I have been reading these books that I have read until now. and it has been proven to be that my intuition has been right about these books, and I have been digging into them, and it has been verifying a few of my doubts, a few of my arguments. It's like I actually don't know what I should do in the game. I'm just thinking that I want to talk about my book. I need to continue because I'm doing the paging, like the numbering of the pages, and then I can upload an update for it, and then I'm gonna order a new copy. And my book already has information about Gilani, Rumi, Hermes Trismegistus, Thoth. It has the information about a lot of things. There's only one thing I don't understand about Gilani's work, because he says that in the beginning God created the Prophet Muhammad. So that I don't really like reason with that. I don't think. But the thing is that I think that people, including me, don't really have the full understanding of what Muhammad is. We get confused when we say the Prophet Muhammad, because I believe that what Gilani is talking about when he says that in the beginning God created Prophet Muhammad, I think that might be a false translation. I think it's the Muhammadian spirit.
Richard runs X 5 QEs.
I'm not gonna let that play here. So, I think what they are talking about is not the human being Muhammad that was born like just a few thousand years ago. I don't think that they are talking about him. What I think that they are talking about is a form of spirit, a pure spirit. That is what I think that they are talking about, not Muhammad. I don't think that God created Muhammad the first. I think that it was the spirit, the being, because the being is infinite, and also I don't think that there is a beginning, so it's kind of weird to, but still I want to have Gilani's work in my book, because there is a few things that he says that is very good. They are talking about a establishment, and as soon as you have established something, there is a medium that contains it. And like, to understand everything you need to have the understanding of every medium. I think that like within someone's head there is a own medium. So like in the Muslim world, when they believe that the Prophet Muhammad was the first thing that was created, and that Prophet Muhammad then created humans, like well, it is true in their medium, it's true in their container. So I still need to know about it. Like, but I wouldn't say that. I would never actually agree on saying that a prophet was the first being created, because then of course we come into this loop about eternity. If if the Prophet Muhammad was the first thing that was created, where did that spring from? So then we understand that there is a higher medium, there is something higher, that this idea must have came from something. And that is the first thing that was created, if there is anything that has been created. But I believe that which they say is God, that is eternal, that is multiplex, it has different layers, it has an inward and outward, it has an upper, a lower, it has a forward and backwards, it is a circle kind of, but this circle has no edges, it has no outer or inner, because the circle, the being of the circle is both the thing that is outside of it and the thing that is inside of it and around it, and that it is containing within and what it contains within it. So it's very complex. I can ask Cloud to just check through my book and make sure that argument is consistent throughout the book, so that it doesn't say somewhere in the book that like that part there where I read that it said that God created the Prophet Muhammad in the beginning of everything. That is wrong, because in the beginning there must have been God. They cannot say that the Prophet Muhammad came before God. That is not right. That is false. All the prophets, all the faces, all beings has forever been contained in God, and there is nothing that can go outside of it, because the outside of it is still God. That is my belief. It's very, very complex, and it needs a lot of reasoning to be understood and to be talked about. And I don't like to be around people because then they will start arguing with me. I am not there to try to argue with anyone. I'm trying to find the highest, because in these manuals they say that if you want to truly become near to God, then you should be in a state that is the consequence of knowing everything. When you know everything, like the thing that is hurting you, that is that you do not know how to change the bad look upon something. If you know how to change the physical, and if you know how to change the psychological, if you know how to change the state, and you change it to being good and harmonious, then you are truly happy and you can enjoy life. Otherwise, if you are suffering, then you are not near to God for real, like that. You are always near to God, but you are not feeling the intimate connection, the happiness, the love and the kindness of God if you are suffering. You yourself does not feel it, but another person can see it. Another person can see that you are loved by God. Like, I know that the one person that God loves the most, it is the one that is suffering. But still, the one that is the nearest to God is the one that knows God. I don't know what I'm doing really. Like I'm too much in my mind right now. I am so like I was talking about my mother about this today. That I am happily the first person to translate this scripture to Swedish. There has been no one before me that has translated this scripture to Swedish. I will be a proud publisher of this scripture. Like he said in my dreams, that there are demons trying to reach this and they are trying to reach it because they want to manipulate it, they want to change the scriptures. So I need to be quick. Like this is the thing that made me want to live. Like before I knew about these scriptures, I was about to take my life. I was too much into my own mind. I was so much in suffering about loss and stuff like that. In these scriptures it says to me that the thing that matters is not me convincing other people. The thing that actually mattered was the wisdom that I got on the journey. So I feel like when I'm reasoning about it and I'm getting into this remembrance of what I have been like experiencing in that dream and what I have been searching for all these years and the answers that I've got, it all points back to when I'm getting like when I feel like, oh, I want to be completing this, like, but then like if someone else could complete it before me, I would just be happy. I would just be happy, because the thing is, the reason for me to wanting to complete this is only that it was not existent for me to understand in the first place. So if I am going to die, if I'm going to be reborn, then I will know that even though if I do not complete it, then maybe I have made someone else that is like, I want to do it before him. Well, if I see it and I see that it's true to what I was going to do, and I don't need to do my version of it, then I know that, okay, if I die and I be reborn, I will still be able to find these scriptures, because then this person has done it, and that person is much greater than I am. And then I will see that person as I have been seeing Hermes, that wrote it in the way that I got it. I got it from Hermes. I got all the instructions from Hermes Al-Hakim in my dream 2018. It's like, if I will be reborn into a new body and be suffering in that body, well, I guess that name of that person will talk to me in a dream, guiding me to find his book. There is always hope. The only thing that matters is that this book come out. If this book doesn't come out, I don't know, then people would walk blindly. And like in the future, with all the, I know about some people, they want to learn about all this, and they want to feel like they are so like, oh, I can trick this person, I am better than this person. And those people, like, they will take over the world. I know it. I know one of them, and he is very smart. He acts very stupid sometimes. Like, he gives such a, like, straight out, he tries to sell you poison. He tries to poison people. And he always is like, no, you're wrong. And then later we are talking, and then he has changed his argument, and he doesn't even realize that I noticed that he changed his argument. So not even he knows what he's talking about, and he is just trying to do this because he has figured that he can earn a lot of money on it. And I know that he will succeed, because he has a lot of money, and he is getting a great work right now, and he has been out on vacation and stuff, so I know that he will accomplish what he is trying to do. And when he has accomplished that, this book must be out so that people can read it and see that he is lying to them. And that he is withholding information. This guy is even described by Rumi, this person that I know. Even Rumi described him. Rumi said that there are 3 different types of devils living inside the seeker, and that these 3 devils demons needs to be eradicated for the seeker to come into nearness with God as God's servant. And these 3 devils are all present in this person that I have met. And he is gaining status, he is gaining money, he is deceiving, he is filled with lust, he just wants people, he just likes to have his disciples, like, or his followers. He just like, that is the only thing he cares about. If he can feel that people are begging him, that people are coming to him, then he is satisfied. And this guy, he will succeed on taking over everything, I know it. If it's not him, then it's one of his friends. He has a lot of contacts, he has a lot of money, he is reading all these sacred books, he's trying to mislead me, and he's using doubt, like he's trying to make you doubt yourself. He's doing all these things that these 3 demons that Rumi is talking about are trying to do in secret, and still he knows about it. Sometimes when I catch him with something and I say, I'm not going to listen to you, right? I have read about this is a poison. Like, it's illegal for you to give this advice. Like, if you drink this, your skin will turn blue. Because of, he's trying to like sell me the idea of taking colloidal silver, which is a hazardous, it's a nanoparticle, something that is used to cleanse water. But the thing is that this nanoparticle, it is not good in your system, because your body doesn't have any kind of processes that helps you eradicate this if you ever get it inside of you. Like, if you get it inside of you, it's like a heavy metal. You will not be able to get it out. So it will build up in your system, your organs will fail, and your skin will turn blue. And he has been trying to tell me that, oh, there is like these parasites in the food that we eat, and that the government is trying to put poison in the air with planes. So you need to drink this, because this drink will fix the negative ions inside your body, and all the ions will turn positive, and because of that, negative bacteria won't be able to thrive. But all of that is just bullshit. And then I told him, do you know that this doesn't get eradicated from the body? He told me it does. It does in the gut. The salts in the gut break it down, and then it gets eradicated. And then I looked that up. Does these salts eradicate it? And then it said, no, it doesn't. The salts makes it harder for your body to know that they are present, because the salts will break it down, and then it will connect to it, and your body will be tricked into believing that it's normal salt, and then your body will absorb it even more. So like this person, he will succeed. I know it, he will succeed. But the thing is that as long as this book is out in the newest translation, I'm going to translate and put it into my book in Swedish, so it will be translated into a very recent modern language, and that will mean that it will be even easier for people to translate it later on. So like, if he succeeds, and like if he dies, and then he have his new disciples, and these new disciples get conquered or something, then there will be this book that I have written that will have information straight on, and I will make sure that this book will have a copy at least in 12 different languages. I will make my best to make sure that this copy will be saved in as many languages as I can before I die when it's finished. I'm still like doing some updates to it, because then like these other books too, like now I'm adding the Mir al-Akisha Akai, I don't know what the name for it was. And then I'm wondering if I'm going to add the real scriptures of the Gayat al-Hakim and the Shams al-Ma'arif. And when I have added those, like, and when the book will be available in like all native languages, there will be a hard time for him to try to get rid of them. They will be everywhere. So all the people that he will try to deceive will have the book available for them. Just if they search for it, they will find it. Just as Hermes told me. The one that searches will find. And what you search will find you. There is a word from Hermes. That which you seek will find you. Like, I know that this guy is not up to anything good because he's trying to sell these lectures. He yeah, like all of this, like drinking alcohol, taking synthetic drugs, stuff like that, it's not adding up to the truth. That is not the truth. Like, what he will produce, it will be something for the world to see. I'm not going to tell anyone the name of this person. His identity will be totally anonymous. I have no plans on trying to destroy for him in any means. Like, he do he, I do I. I respect him, he respects me. It's better to be cautious and to let people be. Like, even though, like, he might not, like, I don't know, he might know that about this, that he is deceiving people. He might not even realize it. Like, I know myself that I have been deceiving people before, and I know that when I didn't have the full understanding, that is the way that I did it. Like, if I don't know how to do it the right way, then I did it the wrong way, because I have no other way to do it. And it's just that, like, I have been talking to him about all that I have developed my understanding about Hermes Trismegistus through the Islamic traditions with Hirmis al-Hakim and all the other people talking about the same criteria, like the same areas of understanding. And he is not interested in that. He never looks it up. He is not interested in it at all. I don't know if he's indoctrinated with all that he has been reading, and that he is having a trouble thinking that these books actually add more understanding to this Hermes person and about the subject that he's talking about. I don't know if it's because of some kind of nationalism, that maybe he doesn't want to read those books just because it's Islamic. But how should you be able to produce something that harmonizes both sides if you only read from one side? That doesn't add up. Like, he has read some from like Lao Tzu, from China. No, I don't know, maybe not even China. That might be Japan. Like, he does not want to read about these books from Islam. I don't understand it. Like, why pushing a narrative if you're not even going to read it actually? Like, just by reading something, I have read his works. That doesn't mean that I have became like him. I still have my reasoning. When he is talking, I'm not taking him for granted. Like, and I don't think that he is so stupid that he will take other people for granted. That, oh, I have found this book, it was written in a book, so that must mean it's true. I don't think he's so stupid like that. I think that, or maybe I have no idea actually why he's not taking that into consideration about reading the kept scriptures in other languages. Like, why is he only reading it from one perspective? There are this perspective from the Islamic world. It's very fascinating that they have records about this. And I think it's very important to know about all the different aspects before you make an assumption. if there's anyone watching this, you can write in the comments what you think about making assumptions before you even have the proper knowledge. Is it something favorable? Can it be good sometimes? Is it always good or is it always bad? Can it be bad sometimes but good mostly? What do you think? It would be nice to have some arguments with some people here, like, because I can feel safe and those people can feel safe. If they don't want to talk to me, then they can just leave me. And then they can come in if they want to see me stream Minecraft. They can come in when I'm not talking about it, or they can say, hey, can you talk about something else today? And I can talk about something else. And like, if someone is saying something bad to me and I don't like, then I can say, hey, we can take this argument another time. I hear you, and I will take in consideration to read more about it so I get more informed if there is something that I have misunderstood. Like, I would do something like that here on YouTube, but there is another, like, in real life, it's so hard. Like, it's so hard to argue with people because you cannot just walk away. If you then just walk away in real life, then there will be a lot of talking, like, oh, this person, he can't even take an argument, like, that's how people are in real life. On the internet, people can be giving a little bit more space when people are talking. I think that is very nice. Like, when I listen to someone, I do not interrupt them. But sometimes when I'm talking and a person is interrupting me, I can give that person about 4 to 6 chances. I can let that person stumble upon me 4 to 6 times, but after the 6th time, then I will start stumbling over that person. That's how I work. Like, firstly, I'm kind, soft, gentle, letting that person take his breath and yelling out what he wants to yell out 4 to 6 times. But then, the 7th time, then I interrupt him and I say, hey, no, I don't believe you. Like, and I do that at that time because then I have enough reasoning to make the assumption that this person is not here to have a good argument. This person is only here to try to make me feel like smaller. This person is trying not to make us understand each other. This person only wants me to understand that person. And that is not the way to do it. Like, if you are going to have an argument with someone, let the argument be so that you two can meet in between. Do not force someone to understand you. I have said it to this person that I like talking to you, but we come from different traditions. I have said it many times to him. I like to talk to you, but we are different in our reasoning. There are some stuff that I absolutely do not agree with you on. And there are some stuff that you do absolutely not agree with me on, and that is understandable from my side, because if I'm not agreeing with you 100% about something, then your argument is 100% against my argument. So then I don't agree just as much as you don't agree. This person, he told me yesterday, like, well, he didn't tell me, he told this other guy that he was there with, he said, I believe that I am eternal. What do you believe? He said to his friend. But he said it in such a proud way. It was not like saying it that I believe that everything is eternal. He said, I believe that I am eternal. What do you believe? You asked him. That is more a statement than it's a try to share some wisdom. Right? That is something that you say because you want to feel better. That is nothing you say that because you want another person to have greater knowledge about themselves. Like, I don't know if he has just taken really bad courses on how to have arguments with people. It might just be that where he has gotten his lectures, he has been taught to talk that way, but that's not the way to talk. Like, yeah, it's very annoying actually. Like, I have learned to not talk with people about stuff before I can talk to them in a way that is universal. And I have been taking distance from this person for a long while because there has been too many things that I have not been able to argue with him about because I have not had any experience myself yet. Now when I have more experience, more knowledge, more wisdom, I am mature enough to talk with him about some stuff and to be able to say that, hey, I don't agree with you about this, because then he asks, well, what are you so sure? What is making you so sure about this? Like, if I don't know how to communicate my argument, then he will feel like, okay, he's alright, like, then it will feed his ego. So I have been needing to really understand this myself before I go into any discussions with him, and I have got enough knowledge so that I can with ease say that I'm not going to go into argument with you about this, like this with the colloquial silver. Like, I have the brain power enough to get my hands on the papers about this. Like, I'm not handicapped, I do not read articles, I do not read like I'm not a person that listens to podcasts because I think it's shit. What I read about, like, if someone is saying, oh, listen to this podcast about this old manuscript, like, why would I listen to this podcast when I can just get this manuscript, translate it to Swedish, have like a AI transcribing it into text to speech, so I can listen to it as an audiobook. Like, I don't need to have a person talking about the subject when I can get my hands on the subject and I can translate it into my language and listen to it as an audiobook. Like, can have it. I can do that with anything. I can do that with a scientific document. I can translate it in. I can get that document, that pure document, translate it into Swedish, and then I can take that translated document, put it into a text-to-speech machine. Then I can play it before I go to bed, and I can listen to it partially each evening before I sleep. And that way I can learn about it in my free time. Like, why would I spend any money to go to a lecture or anything like that if I want to learn about something? Like, technology has advanced so much right now, so it's the area of being self-dependent. Like, you don't need to be dependent on someone else. There are people, they try to push arguments in like a specific way, and there are people, like every person has this dream of becoming something big. Every person is like out for the money. And if it's not the money, then it's the position, the rank. That there are people, they think that there are ranks in this world. There is some kind of authority, like this friend of mine, he talks a lot about authority, and like also like this when I read about this in the Gilani, I didn't think that he would put such an argument to say that the Prophet Muhammad was the first to be created. That is such a bold move. Like, that is not truth. You cannot say that Muhammad was the first thing created, because the first thing that was created, like, where? Like, so Muhammad is the wall. Is Muhammad the medium that I was born into? Am I born into Muhammad? No. For something to be created, it must be created inside something, and that something must be bigger than the thing that it's created within. Or the thing that it's created within must be bigger than the thing that is created. A human, like, you cannot say, because the earth was created and humans live on earth. You cannot say that Muhammad, like, what do they mean? Is the earth living within Muhammad? That is not logical. The earth is living within the creation, and the creation was created by God. And what is God then? You can ask. For me, it's this eternal state of potential. The thing that everything is contained within. Like, we all know that Muhammad was a prophet. To be a prophet, you must be a human. I don't think that it ever states in the Quran that an animal can be a prophet. I don't think that the Quran ever states that a plant, like a flower, can be a prophet. I think the Quran says that you need to be a human to be able to be a prophet. If I'm wrong with that, please someone tell me. Has there ever been any animal? Has there ever been any cow, any pig, any bird that has been a prophet? So if Yelani's argument here would be right, that the first thing that God created was the Prophet Muhammad, that must mean that everything is living within the Prophet Muhammad. And that argument is not logical, because Prophet Muhammad, he was walking here with us. He was a human as us, he had contact with God. He was a human that had contact with God, that is why he was a prophet. So how can a human that is walking beside you be the thing that the creation is within? How can, if something is, if you can see it, that an entity is standing in front of you, separated from earth, separated from you, separated within the container of air. If you can see that in front of you, how can that be the thing that is the container? That's not the container. The container is the creation. So in the right logic, God created first the creation, the medium in which everything can be built, and inside the medium where everything could be built, God must have created first the minerals, and then the plants, and then the animals, and then lastly humans. And I don't believe that the prophet came for the unknown. I think that first there came humans that didn't know anything, and these humans walked and they didn't understand anything, and because they didn't understand anything, God created a prophet to guide them. That is how I think it was created. I don't think that the prophet that is the solution was created before the problem. I don't know if anyone is agreeing with me on this, but that is how I see it. That is the logic that I'm holding on to. This is the creepy dude that came to the team base here. It's like people saying that it is like if people would say that God created Jesus Christ before anything. That is not true. Like if we say the concept what Jesus Christ is, the purity, the love, the kindness, the friendship, the brotherhood, the brethren, like that, the concept that something is out of love, like yeah, I can understand that argument that God created everything in the beginning out of love. But I would never say that Jesus Christ, a human being that had contact with God, was created before the thing that he was created into. There are scriptures, like even in the Quran with Muhammad, I think that there is a plain argument that goes against that Muhammad was the first thing being created, and that is that I think somewhere in the Quran it must mention that Muhammad was sent to earth. So how can Muhammad be sent to earth if earth wasn't created? If Muhammad was the first thing that was created, how could he be sent to earth? And that's why I'm saying that I believe that there is a fault in this scripture. I think that there is some truth in it. It is just that we have lost the understanding of what Muhammad is. I don't think that when Gilani told that in the beginning God created Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, I believe that what Gilani meant is the spirit, if we say that God is the architect, then the architecture of being Muhammad, that might be, yes, that has been created before earth was formed, because all concepts are everlasting within God. So yes, in that sense, Muhammad was created before earth, just as everything was created before earth. Even earth was created before earth, because the concepts of everything is contained within God, because God is the unlimited potential without any boundaries, and it can create anything. So yes, I believe in such way that Muhammad was created before earth, but then you need to state it. You cannot say that the Prophet Muhammad was created before anything, because then it becomes misleading. People can misunderstand that. People can think that, oh, this human being, the human Muhammad was created before earth. Then people can think, well, then the body of Muhammad was everlasting. It wasn't. He died when he was 62 years old, or 63 years old. His body died at that age. All the other prophets before him, they lived at least until they were 100 years old. He was the first prophet to die before he reached 100 years. But his concept, his presence in the scripture, if we say that it's in a book, it must already have been written before you come to the point in a book. Before you come to the next chapter must already have been written. So in that sense, yes, Muhammad was created before we came to that chapter. Before earth was created, Muhammad was there. But not the body of Muhammad. The concept, his spirit, all of that, all of the atoms, everything was already there, but it was not put into his body until the year he was born. So it wasn't created in a physical form until he was born. But his concept, his spirit, and everything that made him up was already there. It's still there. That is why you can still pray to him, because he is always there. He's inside God. His concept, his person, what he was, is still there. It was there before he was created, yes. But that is the same for me. That is the same for you that are watching this video. That is the same for even Minecraft. The concept of this was already part of. before the beginning. And this can be recreated. Even this day when I'm sitting here talking about this can reoccur in we can say 1 million trillion years. 1 million trillion years. This can be reoccurring, and that state can maybe already be present. When I'm talking about this, it could already be that I was talking about it 1 million trillion years ago, and that this is the state that was the resurrected state that I'm talking about it in. No one can prove anything about it, except that there is the possibility, because of that everything is possible. There is full potential within God. God can create anything at His will, and everything is already existent within the thought of God. I don't know what to do on this server today. I'm too much up in these thoughts here. Wait, I need to call my mother. I've been talking to her since two hours ago. So now I've talked to my mother. Everything was fine with her. I just had forgot to talk with her because I've been too much into my mind about this. So but I wish there is someone out there that understands what I'm talking about. But I actually, like, at my level, I have not yet seen any other human being wanting to learn more about what I'm talking about. People are so, like, because when we are talking about scriptures, people have the argument that, oh well, the scriptures has already been made. There is nothing to talk about. And then they say, well, are you arguing against these scriptures? Like, it's hard to talk with someone about scriptures, because for them to understand it, they must already have read the scriptures, and if they already have read the scriptures, most of them, they have been told that there are only bad people trying to talk against it. That's not the case. Like, I'm not a bad person at all, what I know of. Maybe some people see me as a bad person for arguing that we need to talk about how we explain things. Like, you cannot say that the body of Muhammad was created before everything, because then everything must have been created within his body. And that is getting proven against itself, because it states that Muhammad was sent to earth. But how can Muhammad have been sent to earth? How can the container that holds the earth in place, how can the container be removed from that position and put onto earth as a body? That must mean that at the moment that Muhammad was existent, we lost our oxygen, we lost our space, we lost everything, because that body went into just a human for 62 years. that is kind of strange. Like for Muhammad, if Muhammad is the body of the creation and he got sent to earth, which is within the creation, that would be like a balloon going inside out. And if you take a balloon to go inside out, you must, it's at some point it like breaks. You need to break a balloon to make it go inside out. If you fill a balloon with air and you make a knot on it and you try to move this balloon inside out, you cannot do it without breaking the balloon. So there is still logic, and like, yes, of course, I understand in the right argument, saying that the concept of Muhammad, his plan, that God already had a plan for Muhammad to come into existence, to say that that was created before anything, well, I can accept that. That is something I can accept. There is no, it's just that I don't think that there is any order in what was planned to come first. Because in this unlimited amount of different variations and different combinations, like there is already, like, I'm from Sweden, like if the creation is limitless and filled with any potential, that must mean that there is another Earth somewhere where I am born in America. There must be another Earth where I'm born in Africa, and there must be another Earth where I'm born in Russia. And so if there already is different variations, endless variations present at the same time, because time, or this medium doesn't move forward or backward. This medium, if it contains everything, it has no time. It is only a space in which things move around and becomes formed and deformed and transformed and then form over and over again, like in that state, to say that there is some kind of order when everything is already existent in all possible variations somewhere all over the whole creation of God, then you cannot really say that there is a chronological order, that this came before this. If we say, did the egg come before the chicken? I can say that if the potential of God is endless, then there must be both an egg and a chicken at the same time at different places. There must be one place where the chicken is, there must be one place where the chicken has not yet hatched. So yeah, there is orders, like for a chicken to be born, it must come from an egg. But the thing is, what I'm talking about, it is the fact that in this universe, like, there was never one egg that was the first egg, because when there already was one egg, in another place there must already have been a chicken that have already hatched from another egg. So there is no way to say that a egg came before the chicken, and that, like, if we say in how things evolve, yes. But if we are talking about the possibility like that if we say like in space, if we have an egg in front of us here, then there is some chicken somewhere else in space. And if I have a chicken here, there is an egg somewhere else in space. I don't even need to say when I say space, I'm not talking about space, the ether. I'm talking exactly, I'm talking about the ether, but I'm not saying that in space like in vacuum. I'm saying in space as in another position where it can be possible. In another position where it can be possible, there is a chicken when I'm holding an egg in my hand. And if I'm holding a chicken in my hand, somewhere else in another position there is an egg present. So it's very complex, like it's a hard subject, but it's a nut that everyone can crack. Like you just need to have the right reasoning, you need to have experience, and you need to have wisdom, and you need to have understanding. Like if you don't have that, then you can't really understand anything. You can, or not understand, then you can't know for real. You can't for surely know what it is to know it. If you haven't had the experience, if you have no evidence, if you have no knowledge about it, if you have no wisdom about it, if you are blank in all of that, then you cannot say that you truly knows about it. No, how I should build this. This house will be massive. And you know what? If someone would claim the land around here, I don't care. Because I still have all of this mountain here. I can remove some trees here and I can build out this house. I could build this house out and then I could put this on the roof of the house. I have so many possibilities to do this. I'm actually not scared about someone claiming around this. People are free to do that. Like, it would be nice to have some neighbors. I will not be jealous actually, because I have all of this mountain here. As long as I can have my mountain, like the Minecraft world, it's big. It would be cool if someone had a house on that mountain there. But what if someone had a house on that mountain? been talking so much about my book today. I've been talking so much about my beliefs. It feels like I have not been so much into the game. Some days are like that. Some days, like, you should always focus on what you are feeling, what you are loving to do the most. Look at this. The house is becoming something great. I want to make this like a tower. What if this is a great tower here? I think that would be looking very cool. And with like a triangle roof, like a sharp roof. Yeah, I can already see it. Maybe like a Japanese style. Like that it goes like this, and like this, like with this little. I can already see that forming if I continue. And maybe it becomes a bit longer, like up here, then move like here, like this, then it goes like that. I think that would be looking really nice. A bit higher, like up here. Yeah, like one more layer. I'm going to have the roof here. I think that would be looking really nice. I love this house, it looks nice. There hasn't been anyone in here yet. Wait, my snowman is disturbed. I think we'll kill him. I wonder if I will get his new name. What was his name? Something with C. Has he gone? See. I want to see what this is. I don't know if that person was suffering people. Slug metal. Like TP to slug metal. Oh my god, he... laying here. I'm like, oh, I'm having a nightmare. I wonder if they can see my head rolling around. This server is so strange. They have such a like sus commands. I wonder if they noticed that. Like, what the heck? Why do they have that command on this server? It's super weird. Like, you can lay down and you can kiss people. That is not normal to have in a Minecraft server. That's me. What is he doing? Just lay down to sleep. This server is so strange. Let's show him my base. What is this guy saying? I got a new person, new neighbor. That is cool. Like I don't need it. He's not even he's not a like team-based member, he's just a neighbor. He's going to take this mountain up here. Can I see him? I can see him over there. This is crazy, guys. I can see him from over here. Let's sit and spawn at him. He went off that way. Did he leave or? Did he leave? He did something there, I think, and then he left that way. It would be cool if I went in here one day and I looked at this place up there and I saw that he had built something really nice. He said he wanted to build that tower, and that would be cool. Wait, he didn't build anything here. So I think he went around. I don't know, or maybe he just left. This zombie is not responding to anything. So I don't think that this guy is left here. It would have been cool to have a neighbor. I am going to go to potatoes. Wait, isn't that the name? Will he accept? I don't think he will accept it. Let's go to East. Oh, this guy will accept me. doesn't want any. What? What? just fell down. I would like to build stuff like this. Maybe I should do it someday. Offerings menu, this is cool. Nice, I didn't know I could do this.
We Cannot Live 7 says, AI view A.
AWA. Try to find allies in external sources. Yeah, guys, I will log off for a while. I'm gonna see if I can work on my book a bit. I will come back with another stream a little bit later. But meanwhile, take care, guys. I hope you like this stream. If you're watching this afterwards, I don't know, I have been talking a lot about my book today, a lot about my beliefs. If you guys don't like it, I don't know. You can tell me in the comments. I'm always open for critics. If you want me to just focus on Minecraft in the streams, I can do that. I'm trying to do that also, but today I have been just very happy. Maybe sometimes when you're happy, sometimes you can say stuff that maybe other people don't like stand with. I don't know. I don't know what you think. I have not said that I deny anything in any belief. I'm just saying that I think that the wording of how you describe it should be looked upon like there is some kind of misunderstandings in some scriptures on how you argue like. Because if these things that I mentioned would be looked upon and talked about in another way, then there would be no more like people that deny it, like that they wouldn't say it's this is not logical. So like and I think that like with my book I can make a change with that. I can change it into a better translation into Swedish. That like for example when Gilani said that in the beginning God created Muhammad, and then out of Muhammad everything else was created. Like I think there is some kind of translation error there. Like even maybe from Syriac or like some kind of Arabic accent to another accent, or like tradition or anything. It can be something wrong with that. So it's like, yeah, like the plan. God did have a plan in the beginning. That was before it was created. Everything that is created is of course planned in beforehand. So yeah, in one way he was existent before everything. But if he would be the seal, the thing that seals the air inside Earth, and if he would be the medium that everything is put inside, and then if as it says in other places in the Quran that he was sent to Earth, then like at that moment everything would collapse as a balloon. Like you cannot say that a container that contains everything can be stripped out of that, so that everything that it's like you're having a vase filled with water. You cannot break the vase, or yeah, you can break the vase and then put the shards of the vase inside water, or you can pull out the water and then you can put the vase inside water. But you see what I'm saying? Like if Muhammad is the word for that seals the creation, if he would ever be taken away from that position and put into a human body to be sent to Earth, like everything would collapse. It wouldn't be possible. But of course the plan for him, that God had a plan that he was going to come and to help humanity, that is of course true. Like he has always been there, he is here, he will always be here. That is why people can pray to him, because he is still here inside this unlimited potential that is God. Like inside God he is forever, just as everything is. So yeah guys, I see you guys in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.